Hello and welcome to your Daily Red podcast. It's me, Guy Drinkel, stepping in for Dave Hendrick and Trev and Dave Davis. Um, yeah, again, this is a tough situation to podcast on still. It's my first time speaking on a show since the Diogo Jota passing, and his brother, obviously. I was gonna I'm going to try and talk about transfers and stuff because there has been some more news in the last few hours, and I think there was some stuff that broke last night as well. But I'll give my thoughts and feelings on Jota as well, seeing as it's the first time, and I'm sure many people are still grieving, as am I. When the news broke the first day, I don't know, I felt numb to it, and I'm not the most emotional person anyway. Um, but it just felt like, do you know, when you see a celebrity die that you don't have that much of a connection to, it almost felt like that. But then the day after, it felt like you lost a friend or something. I don't know if it's the shock was there on the first day or something like that. And I don't know if it does sound silly or something, because it's a Liverpool player and he's so young in the prime of his life. Um, just got married, obviously kids and stuff like that. I don't know if it just hit me more. It's a Liverpool player. It feels like it's a part of something you love, you've lost, and it's a bloke you've never met. I don't know. Like on that second day, I just felt rough. Like um, I, it's hard to explain. It is hard to explain. Like the way I compare, like I try to put into context, because like I was airing some thoughts on to some friends who don't particularly like football. Um, it's like when, for me anyway, it's like when Robin Williams passed away. Who, as someone who grew up in the '90s, he was such a big part of my childhood. And I know I mentioned celebrities, but when it's a person from all your childhood favorite films, etc., it feels like it hits more. It feels like a part of you has passed on. It's a strange feeling. It's a strange feeling, and he's going to be missed. Like, I think Dave mentioned it yesterday, whether he was going to be at Liverpool, when he was going to be elsewhere, it doesn't really matter. We'd all take hell the club getting relegated, put out of business just to have Jota back. Like, and stuff like this, football doesn't matter. And there's some new stories about obviously the lads returning to pre-season, which I'll get onto in a minute. And one of the stories is about the game on Sunday where we're meant to play Preston, I believe. Will it go ahead? Who knows at this stage? Um, but yeah, it's it's a weird one. For a person you've never met to have such a emotional impact on so many people. You see how the community, the world's community, not just the footballing community, comes together to pay tribute to tragedy like this. I mean, it is it's great in such awful circumstances. Like I know Dave mentioned the tributes yesterday, it's like the Oasis one, was it Ozzy Osbourne, Robbie Williams, etc. Um, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, and it's going to be tough to get back to normality. I know these shows are an escape for some people. But you probably prefer to have Dave and Trev, etc. on this, but I will try to get it to somewhat normality again because we love a transfer, etc. But I thought I'd give my 2 cents on the Jota situation, seeing as it's the first time. But he'll be sadly missed. He'll be sadly missed, and yeah, as you can tell by my voice, it's a weird thing to talk about. But yeah, yeah, it's yeah. I didn't think it'd have that much effect on me, but we're still what 4 days out, whatever. I can't. Yeah. Mhm. It's gonna be weird. Seeing the lads come back today for pre-season. it's not going to be. It's not going to be. It's not going to be pretty. Um, yeah. Going on, this is Anfield. There's obviously a lot of Jota content, as there should be. He's going to be honoured with 2 murals outside Anfield. Any specific details about them? Artists John Culshaw and murals, I'll go with, are both set to begin work on murals of Jota on the walls around the Anfield area later this month. Culshaw, whose work includes murals of Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, and Bobby Firmino, confirmed on X that he will begin his tribute to the number 20 next week. YouTuber Courtney Neary also revealed on X that murals are in the process of identifying the right location for their artwork of Jota. Murals recently unveiled their mural of Virgil van Dijk on Coningsby Road, with their captain attending the unveiling days before Liverpool lifted the Premier League trophy. Yeah, it's great. It's great. We obviously have all these murals to pay respect to players who've done so much for the club. It's a really fitting way to pay tribute to someone who's going to be sadly missed. And we've all seen the murals; they're all excellent artwork. So to be immortalized that way, it's great. It's great stuff by whoever's I'm guessing hopefully the club or whoever's funded it or whatever. If it's just done by the artists, who knows? Yeah. As I mentioned, players are back in pre-season today. I have no idea, like, if everyone's going to be back. We don't know how certain people are taking it. Certain people were at the funeral, etc. It'll be interesting is the wrong word. It'll be something to see how if everyone's turned up for pre-season. And as I mentioned earlier on, there is a game that we do technically have a game on Sunday. We saw certain Portuguese lads and certain ex-teammates of Jota playing in the Club World Cup literally the day after. It might have been the same day, the day after, or even the same day. And just they had no business being out on the field for a goddamn pre-season, post-season fucking shit cup. Let's be honest. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And seeing Ruben Neves devastate, that was fucking awful. Excuse me for the language, but that was absolute bollocks. Yeah, I mean the club's going to consult the players if the game on Sunday should go ahead. It's obviously against Preston. It's kind of like an annual season friendly with the Shankly tie-in, obviously. I think I read that it might be on TV as well. I think that was on the Echo, but I haven't got that open. It is scheduled for Sunday at 3 p.m. British time. All players and staff have been consulted. I mean, at worst, obviously we don't know the connection youngsters had with Jota. Like, did he have help out with the academy and stuff like that? But maybe you just play some under 21s who maybe didn't have the exact personal connection with Diogo. And then any players who are feeling up for it, they'd probably play 45 minutes anyway, with a mix of the youngsters before we split into like the under 21s and 18s go their own training camp. So yeah, I'm guessing the game will go ahead, but maybe we see less of the first teamers who were particularly close with Jota, would be my guess. But maybe they just feel like we got to play for him. There's been a lot of discussion around the season coming up, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't, but it'd be a. You can't tell people how to feel, but it'd be like an amazing tribute. Jesus Christ, I don't know what to say. It'd be an amazing thing to win it for Jota and honor him in that way, but at the same time, if the players are that emotionally buggered, we can't, like, this season we can't blame him anything for anyone. Like, football doesn't matter. Like, if we go on and win something, we win it for Jota. If the emotions are buggered, the heads are buggered, we can't say anything. It's just the way it is. But hopefully the players um, are feeling okay. I don't know what I'm saying here. Um, Sorry, this has kind of been a bit of a mess. But yeah, hopefully the players can come together. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. Then preseason, the next game is on the 26th of July against AC Milan in Asia. So that's probably when the first team actually becomes more of a thing, and I'm guessing we'll take a good handful of academy graduates. I'm not sure who we take at this stage. I mean, Jadon Danns has been linked with loans away. Will Ben Doak get a chance after his decent loan at Borough? You'd imagine Trainioni, Rio, who's that other lad we signed from Wolves? Is it Eamon? Is that his name? Narlo, probably. I'm trying to think of the lads who have been involved in the first team. Um, Maybe one of the young goalkeepers. Oh no, we got Freddie Woodman. I'm not sure if he's confirmed yet. But you'd maybe take is it Miscure? Maybe see him. Um, Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Da, 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 da. On to transfer stuff, and I mean, it's weird because the situation's obviously changed for the reasons in terms of transfers because you do still have to squad plan around it. Sadly, that's the macabre, is that the right word? Way of looking at it. You do have to think around it. Can we sell so many people now in the forward line? Luis Diaz admits negotiations over transfer. Barcelona top priority. I'm on This Is Anfield again. Luis Diaz has again spoken on ongoing transfer interest from clubs, with Liverpool winger in talks over a possible transfer as Barca and Bayern Munich circle. Let's have a look. On Monday, German newspaper Bild claimed 28-year-old has indicated his willingness to join Bayern, who have made him their top candidate. The Athletic's Paul Balouse has it since emphasized that Diaz is also a top priority for Barcelona, with Marcus Rashford some levels below in their list of targets. Barca would like to make an approach for Diaz in the future, Balouse added, but are very aware of the current delicate situation at Liverpool. Diaz admits negotiations with an interested club. Diaz was not part of the group who travelled to Portugal for Jota's funeral last week and is understood to have remained in his native Colombia, where he spoke with influencer La Liendra about his future at Anfield. Per Marca, Diaz was asked about the chances of leaving Liverpool this summer. We're there negotiating, he admitted. We'll see what can happen for us and for the club. We'll try to do our best to make the best decision. Question specifically on interest in Barcelona and Saudi Pro League Al Nassr. He said, we're in the process of negotiations, talking with the club, with Liverpool, with everyone who's approaching us. But I'm very calm where I am, very happy, trying to take the best decision now. Diaz travelled back to Merseyside on Monday and is expected to be part of the group who report to the AXA training centre for pre-season today. I mean, it's a strange one because I think obviously Cody's been slightly linked with Bayern, hasn't he? For me, I don't think there's much difference between Gakpo and Diaz. I think they're obviously different players. Diaz has less time on his contract. I think his contract's up in a year in the summer. Also 2 years now. That's how it works. That's how time works, guys. So we'd probably, if he doesn't sign a new deal, which I don't think we should, considering his age, and he'll probably want massive money, he'd probably be getting sold next year anyway. So if we can get, I don't know, Bayern seem desperate. They've kind of run out of winger options. Barca are probably less desperate and obviously have less money. They didn't have the finances seemingly to get Nico Williams done at 58 million. I'm guessing the wage was monstrous as well, probably higher than Diaz. It wouldn't surprise me if Diaz again took like a slightly lower wage to get that Barca move, seeing as the family keeps talking about it. Whether he's on 55 grand or he's on 140 grand, that got reported like last week. Like we know Barca pay massive wages and stupid wages, so if he can, I don't know, get on like 150 odd grand in pounds, whatever that is in euros, he'd probably take that to play for Barcelona. Bayern's a different one because he'd probably go there. Obviously, with a Musiala injury that happened over the weekend as well, he'd go there and be an instant starter. Well, you'd imagine Diaz on the left, Elise on the right, and that they're linked with that Walter Marder, I think, in the 10. Or would you play Elise as the 10 and then play Coleman, Nabry, Sane's gone? No, we don't have that trio. Um, but yeah, it's he'd go there and he'd start for Bayern. But like, what money would we be talking? I mean, if he wants to go, we paid what 35 to 40 million for him in 22, January 22, if I remember correctly. I mean, if we get what 70 to 80 million, and then let's say Vert is going to play left wing, we have Vert and Gakpo, Szoboszlai, and Vert can go to the middle if needed, or we can push up one of the midfielders if needed. Mo on the right. Um, striker we Jesus. Striker we need to sort regardless. Maybe we have to keep Chiesa. Maybe we keep Ben Doak. Maybe we keep Jaden Dans for the time being. Um, yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. Like ideally, you'd probably like to keep Luis Diaz, especially with the news, because he can play. He could probably play three roles, but he's certainly decent enough in. Well, he's good at left wing, and he was okay up front. Well, he was our best striker last season. So yeah, ideally you'd want to keep him, but if we're getting like 75 plus mil for what is he, 28, 29, making a good profit on him, I'm guessing most of the money will be off the books, if not all of it now. So maybe not pure profit, but nearly there. Yeah. So if the money comes in and he wants to go, if he wants to go, which he seemingly says negotiating, um, I think the Bayern move would be good for him. Like Bayern seemingly have a good mix of experience and youth. Obviously, bought Elisa, who is like what 23-ish or whatever he is, and then you've got Musiala to come back. If they buy Walter Marder, who's quite young, I think, and then you've got Kane and Diaz as the two experienced lads with Coleman and Nabry. It's enough to win the Bundesliga. Mind they'll probably win it without Diaz at all. Um, yeah, it's an interesting one with Diaz, and I think that'll rumble on for a while. 'Cause I can't see us giving him a new contract, but yeah. Um, we have news about Darwin as well. I think this was from Damasio, or was it Sky Italy? Sky in Italy. Is that Damasio? I don't know. I don't care. Um, Liverpool prepared to listen to Nunez offers should Red sell the striker. I'm on the Sky Sports website here. Liverpool have made it pretty clear they're prepared to listen to offers for Darwin Nunez, with Sky in Italy reporting on Tuesday that Napoli are prepared to pay 47.4 million for him. That is initial 43 mil. This is in pounds. 43 million pounds payment plus 4.4 million in add-ons. Um, I mean, if we can get that up to 50, just for round numbers, 50 million pounds. I'm not sure what that is in euros. I guess we'd take that. Because if we seen it, what did we reject a bid 2 weeks ago from Napoli, reportedly? So I'm guessing we've negotiated a price. If we get it up to 50 million pounds, or if we add on more add-ons or something like that, I'm sure that'll get done. I'm sure that'll get done. I do I do think it's time for Darwin to move on. Like I think I did this show a few weeks ago, and I think we just can't keep Darwin. Um, if we're thinking about it coldly football terms now, um, like we have to pay more money if he plays another game. Um, the attitude wasn't great towards the end of the season, and he didn't play because we'd had to pay more money when we won the league. Yeah, he seemingly wants to go. Um, as I said, Luis Diaz was probably our best centre forward last season. So yeah, I think that'll get done. I think that'll get done in the coming weeks.